You're nothing but a hooligan. Back to Don.
Okay, and we'll be back with more right after this timeout.
Wake up prices at Tom Peterson's, our best Whirlpool.
TV 12, Portland.
From Portland Sports Arena, it's Portland Wrestling. Brought to you in part by Tom Peterson's at 82nd and Southeast Foster Road. Good evening, everybody. I'm Don Koss, your host for Portland Wrestling, along with Dutch Savage. Dutch, what a wild we're going to have tonight.
Billy White Cloud and Tia, Tapu Stasiak, Rogers the Sheik, Billy Jackson, Colt, Rose and Party. Buddy Rose is here, folks. Don't go away. There's going to be some outstanding bouts coming up. Hang on to your seats.
You better believe it. We'll be right back with all the action after this timeout.
Charlie Brown. All this free when you buy the RCA movie player for only $2.99. That's at Tom Peterson's during our Christmas sale.
Don Owen just introduced our first match tonight, the great Tia, with his back to you, and Billy White Cloud.
I wish you a Merry Christmas. I wish you a Merry Christmas. Guess who's in town?
You sing that, because I can't even talk on.
Buddy Rose is here tonight. Folks are going to get a chance to see him. The great star from Madison Square Garden. Seems to me Buddy Rose made his name and claim to fame here in the Pacific Northwest, but since he got back there, his head got a little big, and now he's demanding that the people worship him.
Somebody asked him the other day what he was doing here, and he said slumming. That was what he said.
Billy White Cloud, great Tia. In case you just tuned in, out of a referee's position into the ropes.
And that referee is Sandy Barr.
White Cloud's in the brown trunks. Tia's in the reddish trunks, and he just takes White Cloud down with a handful of hair off a headlock.
Yeah, I think Barr caught that one. Yes, he did.
Did you see that list of things that Don Owens has given us for the holiday season starting this coming Saturday night, you folks? Remember, there's not going to be any television this coming Saturday night. You won't see Portland Wrestling on television. But there will be one of the largest cards of the...
And welcome back to the iWar Network Tubecast. I'm your host, Alex G. And with me this evening, we have my good friend, Darren. What's going on, Darren?
How you doing? I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
Darren will be replacing Matt this evening because Matt is a little under the weather. So you might want to send him your well wishes because he is feeling kind of ill right now. So maybe he got his strategy results and he's not feeling very good.
He had a bad cycle, maybe, and just said,
I don't know. His rumor has it that Senior Lucha lost the iWar World Championship, and that's why he's not here. So.
Oh, there you go. But see, there's a catch to that. He might have lost that title, but then he won the WTL Commissioner's title again.
It's True.
So it my commissioner is not going to be happy, but I mean, the masked wrestlers, it's just, once, and they're like, they just spread.
They do.
It's like a virus. And once one comes in, there's like more. Now there's like a few of them coming in now. Like,
It's true. It's true. So I hope our audio is working appropriately. So Mike, if you want to let us know that our audio is good to go, well, give me a thumbs up or say something in the chat. That'd be helpful. Because oftentimes the audio doesn't work correctly, or my microphone goes out, or my headphones stop working, or everything explodes. So hopefully I'm not talking to myself, and now we're talking to the ether. I mean, it looks good on my side, so
yeah.
I see the bars going up and down in my level. My mixer here. It seems like it's.
I mean, as long as we can hear each other, it's all good, right?
Yeah.
They don't need to hear.
Me and Matt has done a show that no one could hear. Like the whole show was like we did a whole show and no one could hear it.
Well, thank you, Michael. Michael said he can hear us, so
perfect.
So it's a three-man show now.
It sure is.
Michael can hear us, so now we're good.
We're good. So I'm going to start with Johnny B trivia. Now everyone knows that my reading comprehension skills are is the level of a third grader's. So I'm going to try to make this as good as I possibly can. I'm assuming the original email had like stuff like spaces, maybe indents, but I literally have a wall of text that I'm reading from here. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I'm going to try to bold this out because it's kind of funky to try to read this wall of text here.
Do you guys ask him like every cycle, or is this something that was asked like a long time ago?
So he started doing this uninitiated.
Awesome.
I think we just had random questions one day, like, "Hey, I don't even know how it started, but I think we asked something like just out loud and not necessarily realizing he listens to the show."
That's cool. Well, hey, then we should stop right now and say, hello, Kimberly. How are you doing? Thank you for listening to this show.
So I don't know if he listens to it in his bathroom or on the ride into work or he's in a corner somewhere. Like,
okay, let's picture it all together. He's in a Rolls Royce in the back seat. His driver's driving. He's got the window up so then the driver can't hear it, and he's watching us on his phone.
Right there on the bidet, just going
on the bidet,
going nuts. So
he has a bidet in his Rolls Royce. You bet.
I don't know if he put this on the old Commodore 64 going. I don't know. I don't know if the whole office is listening to us. And...
He's drinking champagne and laughing as he knows that none of us were going to take 27-27 as a drop.
Yeah. So, from Johnny B, my trivia segment in episode 178 included a lighthearted jab at Matt for routinely neglecting to read the iWar trash talk before recording a show. In an attempt to vindicate himself, he displayed a large pad of paper containing a plethora of notes on the latest submission. But what Tubecast viewers watching after the fact may have not realized is that the episode in question aired 2 days later than usual, thus providing him with ample time to prepare. That leads me to ponder whether the evening of Gold Day is the optimal night for broadcast. Just some food for thought. If your minds are still hungry, here's another tasty morsel. So let's pause that. I think the reason we do it on Tuesdays, I think we were both off, and I think that changed over time.
Okay.
Then we tried other days, like we tried to do it over the weekend, and we never got the kind of feedback. The thing is with Gold Tuesdays that they're super excited. So
yes,
Facebook page is going off. Chats are moving very quickly. Like everyone's very, very excited. So that's what we chose to do. I don't think initially we did them on Tuesdays.
I think you guys did them on different days. I remember watching. It was always at night, late at night.
Yeah, no, it's always late at night.
But it was it was different nights that you guys did, but you did too. Like we were talking about before, you did the trash talk one, and then you did the title one.
Yeah, so we would do results, and then we would do a week later. We would do trash talk, and there's various other tubecasts that we did with like other leagues and stuff too. So we did early on when I taped them when they were post produced. You can really tell that they're post produced because they're not. They're very straight laced, and we're very robotic and very to the point on those early ones. They're hard to listen to for me, but yeah, Golden. I think we experimented with other nights, and I guess this was. So I'm usually off on Wednesdays too now. So if we go late until Wednesdays, I can normally handle it. But what I found out, most people don't listen to it live. So we might have 5 or 6 people listen to it live, and then everyone else listens to it the next day or days after. So.
Okay, so then we'll just wait then.
I think everyone would be very, very bad. Very, very bad.
Oh, come on. That would be hilarious.
We found out on the Tubecast that most people just they fast forward through the intro also.
Oh.
Jump right into the action.
So we should actually, you know what we should do? We should mix this up really good for them, so then it really irritates them, and they start sending like hate mail to Kimberly. We'll do like the WTL League Champion and then the BRL League Champion, and then we'll do that. Like, we'll just mix it up so bad that there's like, hey, I can't find the league I'm looking for.
So we used to have to do like NWL first, a lot, because we used to get complaints a lot, because like a lot of people would just wait for their league. We talk about their league, and then that's it. They were gone.
Then they're gone. They're gone. But they missed the best parts. Like the naked pictures of all the women that we show later on. And so they missed all that.
Tubecast After Dark. Well, technically they're all after dark, but so our next Q&A. Here's another tasty morsel. During episode 179, manager Jimmy Jensen made what I felt was a very clever suggestion in the chat box, which all the Tubecast hosts seem to overlook. Instead of reverting the name of the New Wave League back to the National Wrestling League, call it No Experience Wrestling, or NEW, N-E-W. Both the initials and full name are indicative of the league's very essence. I think Jimmy's idea is at least worth consideration, but now I ask Matt to pause so I can comment on my use of the word indicative. Well, Matt's not here to pause, but indicative.
Yeah, see, he's the then how is this show gonna go? Because we both laugh at really bad jokes.
And
he's usually the one that like reins us in and says, "Okay, guys, let's stop laughing."
He does. No Experience Wrestling. I like the name. However, I already did all my National Wrestling stuff already. So
I like what you've done. It's gonna look pretty cool.
Oh, it's gonna be pretty slick. So the exterior has a very traditional feel, while the interior is gonna be very, very, very slick. So again, it's gonna set the high expectations for rookies. So next up, it was the same episode that Matt, upon discovering one of my father's fellow teachers had pumped him from details about the IWA and subsequently used the insider knowledge to launch a blatant copycat game. Wonder what actions, if any, the original recipe Johnny B had taken in response. Johnny B. Jr. Despite the egregious level of betrayal, JB Sr. decided not to retaliate because he had learned firsthand how much work was involved in running a play-by-mail game, and had no doubt that his underhanded former friend wouldn't be willing to make the sacrifices necessary for his cheap knockoff to become a success. History proved him right, and was very quick about doing so. On this year's IWAR Draft Special, Darren asked... Oh, okay. This is the... Again, I don't know. I don't know where the questions end, so...
Oh, it's all good. No, and that makes sense because I can see people wanting to get in on that, but the work involved, especially back then, because he was typing all that stuff out.
Yeah. The work today is probably pretty rough, to be honest.
Oh yeah, big time. I can't even imagine. Like they've done like I've sent them images for for the like cover and stuff like that, and they've like sent me back like how they're gonna do it, and I was like, how do you guys even like? You guys are awesome at Word. Like they have it. It's perfect.
Yeah.
They have a great system.
This system is what makes it. That's the genius of the whole game. Mm-hmm. That's the genius. It's the setup is what makes it work.
Like, that's why all of us are in our 30s and 40s and 50s and we're still here because we haven't figured out the system yet. We haven't figured out how they do it.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the fun thing about the game.
For sure. All right, next question. On this year's iWar Draft Special, Darren asks, would the IWA ever do something like a draft where players would enter wrestlers and be chosen in different leagues or different federations? Would you ever try to tackle that? Johnny B. Jr. Recently experienced how difficult coordinating the schedules for even a handful of commissioners can be, and attempting to involve those from across the entire game would be practically, if not literally, impossible. How could we find a period of time in which all participants were available? How long should each be given to reply with their next pick? Couldn't the process drag on for months if we didn't enforce extremely strict deadlines? And weeks, even if we did. It took your modestly sized group 8 hours to determine the fate of 23 wrestlers, and I'm assuming you all had agreed to be reachable within a certain time frame. That figure doesn't take into account how many hours spent organizing 23 setups and wrestler profiles presenting the result. Although there weren't even 24 choices on offer, you were admittedly and understandably uninformed about many of them and had to resort to making picks solely based on their name. What chance would the average, hard-working commissioner have to thoroughly review the resumes of hundreds of candidates in order to truly make the best decision for their league? You are all on good terms with one another, and there aren't very many of you, so choosing the order of picks wasn't a problem. But how can the order of the IWA-wide draft be decided objectively to prevent claims of favoritism? How would the managers who are commissioners of more than one league fit into the picture? We wouldn't need to worry about commissioners who play off the grid because they would be excluded from the whole event. I'm not sure how popular the idea among players who may not be thrilled with the prospect of finding themselves in not just a new league but a new federation with the possibility of unfamiliar hold values to become accustomed to, and definitely a different day of the cycle to arrange their lives around. The more restrictions we allowed them to place on their contracts, the more complicated the draft would become, so they'd be stuck rolling the dice. By limiting the actions to IWAR leagues, those issues are sidestepped, and the managers can be confident they'll end up in a promotion with the emphasis on trash talk and role playing. If the potential destinations were all over the map, we have no assurance of the type of league they would be committing to, and the odds of them encountering names they recognize would be rather slim. In addition, concerns about time, logistics, fairness for the commissioners, and justifiably uncertainty for players, there are also risks of emotional nature. Imagine a number of managers feeling that the wrestler should have been chosen first, or at least earlier than they had been. The longer the draft continues, the more frequent that occurrence will come. I think the IWAR draft is great fun. I hope it gets bigger and better every year, but I don't believe it would work on a large scale. So that's that.
Yeah. No, and that makes sense. I agree with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it would be tough, and I mean the IWAR draft is pretty special. Yeah. It really, I think it really gets more guys involved and more guys wanting to be involved in it. So it's a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
But I can see where IWA would have a hard time doing that. And Kimberly gets enough emails as is; she doesn't need any more.
Although I'm wondering if Johnny B has any surprises for 2025, any new events coming up.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. Too. I mean, this one that they have right now. What is it called again? See, that we need Matt. He knows all the names. He knows it.
He does.
Imagine. Sure. What is it called again? I can't remember. Sorry, Johnny B. I'm not a good ad guy. What is it called? Imaginemania. No. Imaginemania 39 MMA. It's actually this cycle, I believe.
Sounds right. Sounds right.
To pick like And you get to pick like all the. I'm not even gonna try to attempt the names of the. Yeah, that's it. That's a Matt thing. That's Matt's.
Well, that's what we
job.
talk about, like Iowa wide stuff. He keeps track of all that stuff.
Yeah, he's like awesome at that.
See, Johnny B. Matt's not completely. You know, I pseudo pitched my Graveyard League fucking idea. What was that?
Hello? Oh, I thought I lost you there. I was like,
I'm still here. I'm still here. Right?
Okay.
For the love of God.
It's like, what happened? Talking about Johnny B, and then all of a sudden everything goes dead.
That's it.
Oh,
That's it. But my Graveyard League would be like for Halloween, like where the dead would rise again from the Graveyard League, and you would
That would
fight.
be funny.
You would challenge 12 wrestlers that are currently in the Graveyard League, and then the winners of that would win a prize or something. That was when Luther was going to be the face of it because he was in the Graveyard League. That would have been fun.
I like that they have the graveyard because I had wrestlers in there, and I came back and I was like, and Kimberly asked like, do you want to use your graveyard guys? And I was like, oh, what graveyard guys do I have? And I didn't remember even making them. Like I had like some wrestlers I don't remember making, so I was like, that's pretty cool.
All right, next up, in episode 181, Alex battled an old familiar foe, the correct punctuation of the term for a person who resides in Ohio. Matt, perhaps it would help to have him say the word having him say the word used to describe someone from Idaho, which also ends with the big O. I gave my wife the big O the other day. Then you could ask him to apply the same method to the IWA home state. But first, wait until he's finished laughing at the name Idaho.
I was gonna say the best 2 minutes of her life. Come on.
So what's a Ohioan? Ohioan? No, that's fuck.
That's it. That's not it. That's not it. You're close. You're close. I like Ohio. Ohio.
So I had to get familiar with it because in 2025, Luther Alexander may run for the mayor for the mayor of Willowick, Ohio. So
Willowick, Ohio.
Yeah,
I want to move. I want to move there. I do.
Matt's been there, searching
Has
for
he?
Johnny.
Oh yeah, he got a picture with the sign. I saw
searching
that.
for
Yeah.
Johnny. Couldn't find him though. He didn't go to the Dairy Queen.
I
Apparently.
want to find out where Kimberly lives, and I want to move right beside her.
Nope. That's how you end up in jail.
No, we'd be best friends. Kimberly and I would be
right
great.
to prison. Someone called the police.
She is like the most polite. I think she's Canadian. I think Kimberly is Canadian. But she's the politest
Well,
person.
they're close enough up there, right?
Yeah. And they used to use I don't know what they used the Canadian money for. Did you ever get that answer?
We did. I don't remember it.
Oh,
we did.
I can't remember. Okay.
He will be mad and tell us in episode 164. Okay. Also, during a very special NWL episode, Alex, in regards to my father, did he sell pizzas? I feel like he sold pizzas. I think I read that somewhere. Johnny B. Jr.
Like the original Johnny B.
Yes.
Or Johnny B. Jr.
Although John was, in fact, my papa, he never sold pizzas. If he had one of the IWA's 30 setup holes would definitely have been named after a very specific type of cutter, rather than the generic version that's currently available. There have been at least 2 wrestlers in recent history who's been proud to call their finisher Pizza. Roll Smith and Darren's Pizza Cat Jr.
Yes.
And then adding to that, and now since Alice confesses ignorance of our whole names during the NWL special, I asked Matt to pause while Alice looks up the numbers for the set move being discussed. Let's see.
Well, Pizza Cat Jr. is actually Billy Starks, and I'm a big fan of Billy Starks. So she was actually Pizza Cat Junior. So I used that in one of the leagues.
So let's pull up the holds real fast.
Oh.
Let's see.
Okay.
I'm still here. Did we lose Darren?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
Okay, what do we got?
Let's see. What hold would be pizza?
The cutter?
I would have to say the cutter. Yeah.
Yeah. The cutter would be good. Guillotine choke. I don't know if that.
My wife did it to me yesterday.
Dun-dun-dun.
I get no respect. Okay, where was I?
All right. See, we need Matt because Matt would like, oh guys, we got to do this now.
Yeah, I know.
Like, he's so organized, and we're just like, you know what? He must be sitting. If he's listening to this show right now, he's probably sitting there going, "Yeah, see what I have to do, see what I have to put up with." It's like herding cats. We get distracted way too easily. Like squirrel.
I can't even play Tetris on my phone right now because now I'm actually focused. Matt asked the following in email: Browns or Bengals? Johnny B. Jr. Likely due to more geography than anything else, everyone here prefers the Browns to the Bengals. Although I do have a nephew attending college in Cincinnati, so I suppose I have written everyone. Suppose I shouldn't have written everyone. We are fortunate that someone invented a popular bathroom-related euphemism for our beloved teams, because otherwise we would never get to hear the Browns and Super Bowl in the same sentence.
At least they have teams. Like, I mean, even if it's bad, it's still something to go.
We got the Jets and Giants over here, buddy. I think Jets just fired their GM, and the Giants just benched their quarterback. You got Tommy DeVito starting.
It could be worse, Johnny B. You could be living in Canada and have to watch CFL.
Or Idaho. I don't think you even got a team over there.
Idaho. Is that still a state?
I hope so. 'Cause that map's wrong.
Have you ever been to Idaho?
No, I've been to New Jersey once.
New Jersey, there you go.
Finally,
is that the same thing? Is that comparing it to Idaho? New Jersey is the new Idaho.
It smells weird over there. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Mike Drake. It smells weird. Like swamp. It smells like swamp ass.
We should we should bookmark this spot right here. We want to know what New Jersey smells like. Yep.
You know what's reality? New Jersey smells like the. All right, so if you ever go behind the Chinese food restaurant on a hot day that's been raining, you go by the dumpster. The dumpster water. That's what it smells like. It smells like Chinese food dumpster water. That's what New Jersey.
So that's comparing, like, for those guys that took 29-28 this cycle in gold,
or 12.
And found out there was 27-27. That's probably the smell that they smelled when they were like checking their strategies and going, "Oh my goodness," because there were some guys that had a rough cycle. And I feel for them. I actually had a very good cycle, and I can't. But I mean, I've had bad ones. I've had terrible ones, where it was like I felt like I fell on my head and wrote the strategies. So there's cycles where it happens.
Okay. Next, and our final Q&A answer.
Yep.
Finally, another question on Matt's list was Thanksgiving. With such a large family, does Johnny B host? Johnny B. Jr. For a very, very long time now, the annual tradition has been for the entire Bruni clan to gather at the home of my older sister. Like most of my numerous siblings, she hasn't had any involvement with the family business in many years. Though I imagine Thanksgiving may occasionally give her some flashbacks to the busier days of the office, when an unruly mob would make seemingly endless demands on her time and energy. Luckily, she's always appeared to have forgotten what an ordeal the holiday had been since the beginning of next fall. Turkey Day shocker. Longtime IWA players known as Lorelei. So, there you go. So, a mystery solved. Matt's very upset right now.
Yeah. Is he?
Yeah.
I always imagine that.
Darren, did we lose? Okay, go ahead.
The work he did was pretty amazing back in the 80s.
Oh, sure.
I don't know what the
Hopefully, I should be back.
Okay, you good?
I'm good.
Okay. See, Johnny B is tapping into your.
No. He emailed me telling me I need a new cable, which he probably is right on. However, Alienware, which is the headphones that I have on, the headset that I have, they have their own cable. So
audio dropped.
We should be back, according to.
Should be, yeah.
We should be back. So Alienware has all their own.
Oh, there we go.
Proprietary
good.
cable that they have. So me trying to find a new one might be more difficult than I initially anticipated. So again, I'm working on my headset, make sure it's good to go. But so Johnny B's Thanksgiving question has me thinking about which of the B children, right?
Yep.
Would make the best IWA character, and which one would be the best manager? Like, which one would be the best player? So, food for thought.
They would know the system, though, right?
Well, say they didn't know the system. They're off the street.
Right.
So, got me curious. See which one.
Yeah.
Which one would be the best?
I find it amazing that the family kept it going, and it's so strong. It's even stronger now, I feel, than it was back when it was just play by mail.
Yeah, I think it's because the communication is there. So like, we can talk to each other more than like. It's better than Matt in the '80s calling someone on the phone and long distance and costing like $20.
Oh yeah,
or going snail mail.
They would have the if you wanted to check out other leagues, you had to actually ask them for the bulletins and pay them.
Yeah.
And then you would wait in the mail to get it, and it would, by that time, especially in Canada, most of my strategies that if I did do a strategy, which I didn't back in the 80s because I didn't understand it, but when you had to do that, you would I would get the bulletin after the deadline.
Yeah.
So it'd be like, oh man, and I'd send it in, and they would do it for me. But it was, especially in Canada, it was tough back then.
For sure. No, I like on the website it said Canadian players, please click here. And I was kind of hoping that you would click it and it'd be like someone giving you the finger. That would have been hilarious.
No, actually, I clicked on it. It's only Canadian players. See, if you're in the States, it doesn't work. But when you click on it, if you're Canadian, they give you a refund.
No, you click on it, and they give you the 501 strategy for next cycle.
I can't wait till guys hear this part and go like, wait, what? Hey, I'm from Canada. Come on. Just kidding. Kimberly, don't answer those emails. No. So I guess we've made them wait long enough. Do you want to do NWL first?
That's where I'm gonna start with NWL before we start a riot.
Guys are probably like
they're just rolling their eyes at me at this point.
Yeah, they're like, say my wrestler's name right now.
Alrighty. New Wave League number National Wrestling League 227, which is my favorite show of the 80s. I was a big 227 fan. I had and I still have a crush on Jack Hay, by the way. I just want to put that out there. She talks to me on Twitter sometimes.
I bet she does.
She does. That's going to be a whole thing. It's going to be a whole thing. League champion, Jokers Uno. TV champion, Superstar Danny Myers. Central Plains champion, Ozzy Deathstrike. East Coast champion, Johnny Ray Stevens. Great Lakes champions, the Rev J.R. Mid-Atlantic champion, Super McManus or McAmus. Super McManus.
Don't ask me because I would screw it up even more.
Northeast champion. God damn it. Seriously, guys? Soda Sakashi. Pacific Northwest champion, Hypnotic. Rocky Mountain champion, Joker's Trace. Southeast champion, Kamikaze. Southwest champion, Blitzkrieg. West Coast champion, Chainsaw Henley. League tag team champions, Dmitry Tokarkov and Joker's Trace. TV tag team champions, Starlight and the Reprobate Lanny Teague. League six-man champion, Joker's Trace, Joker's Dose, and Joker's Uno. Right. TV six-man champion, Starlight, Trucker Van Leer, and the Reprobate Lanny Teague. And your Battle Royal winner, Hypnotic. Now, I don't have the results for Battleground. I think Matt's doing those. So,
yeah.
I don't know if he sent those to us, but I don't think he did.
I can't remember. I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either. So, but I will get those out as soon as I get the results. I will get them out to everyone. As you saw in the breaking news and in the TT, Luther Alexander will be commissioner of the NWL starting in December. So next cycle.
I think Luther and Cactus Jack have to get together, and I think they'd be best friends. Just ban all masked wrestlers and
no more masked wrestlers.
All masked wrestlers have to go to BRL. That's just get them out of there. Because BRL is so huge that they would accept masked wrestlers.
Oh, I'm sure. So in addition, everyone just read Mr. Alexander Goes to Willowick, and it kind of explains what happened here and why Luther is now once again back in the NWL as the commissioner. I'm already starting getting emails from folks with questions, so that's good to see. Keep them coming. Listen to the Tubecast. I'm going to do my best to answer them as best as I can as we get through this transition phase. Again, it's going to be a little hairy at first because we're basically doing a transition with no transition. So everything it's gonna go pretty quickly and pretty stark to start. And it's the best way to do it, to be completely honest. As someone who's taking over leagues before, pretty much just rip the Band-Aid off and just start fresh and then move on very quickly is the best way to transition here. I can tell you right now that the champions who are walking out of Battlegrounds still will be champions. However, new belts will be introduced and they will be unified. So those championships will be unified into new championships, which, funny enough, will be the old championships.
That's awesome.
So we're bringing them back. So the national championship's coming back. Rising Stars Championship. I might add the Grand Prix Championship. Depends. And then the tag team champions will be back and decided. I know they're vacant right now. So.
Do managers that are managing in the NWL right now, do they know the history behind you being with the NWL before? Do any of them know that, or are they brand new and they don't? No one other than listening to the Tubecast, they would have no idea that I was the commissioner for
4 years.
Yeah, because when I first came back, that was quite a while now. It's been quite a while now. But when I first came back, you were with the IWL.
Yeah, I think I had given it up in 2017, I think, and I think maybe 2018, around that time.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, I think we mentioned on the show, I took NWL to number 1, ranked, in the top 10. Had a lot of great events. Had a lot of great players come through. A lot of your Iwar stalwarts started with me in the NWL. And again, we're going. It's going to be heavy storylines. So it's going to be. Again, I often get. They used to yell at me. It's like, oh, you're making the expectations too high. I'm like, oh, you gotta keep up with me, guys. So.
I've got a question for you. I got a question for you. Sorry for interrupting you, but I got a question for you for NWL. Yeah. Was there 2 rookie leagues?
There was.
Before?
There was.
That's okay. I remember someone telling me about 2 rookie leagues, and I was like, "What? How? When was that?" But now that you mentioned that you were the old NWL commissioner, I was just wondering if that was true.
There was a second, and that was right before I started, I believe. And Johnny B can correct me. I believe the commissioner of that particular league lifted the rookie status.
Something about he liked all the managers that he had with him, so he lifted it off. So then that way they could still keep playing. Was that what it was?
I believe it's something that around something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Long story long, but again, we're gonna rip off the Band-Aid very quickly. Everything's gonna move very fast. So, guys, if you have bios, send them to me. So you can send it to me Facebook Messenger. You can send it to my email address. Give me all those bios. If you have pictures, for the love of God, give me the pictures. I need
how
pictures.
Do you want that? Do you want it like in images or do you want it in PNG and stuff?
I don't care.
That doesn't matter. Okay.
You can send it to my home address. It could be a screenshot on your phone. I'll do the rest of the work. Don't worry.
Photocopy my face and send it.
Yeah, I will take care of it. You'd be surprised I can pull images. So it's not an issue, and we'll get stuff in the correct aspect ratio and stuff like that. So, guys, if any questions, please let me know. We'll do a write up. I'll do a write up for Battleground once we get the results. If you guys want to send me write-ups, you can email them to me or send them during Messenger. I will compile all that together and I'll make a cohesive pay-per-view show. For those of you who have ever seen like the stuff I did in the IWL, it'll probably be very similar to that, at least for this first one. But I do it's a whole show, so it's from top to bottom. So
awesome. It's
gonna be good. It's gonna be good, and guys, have fun. I think when we talk about CWL, we'll talk about the Luther effect in the CWL. I'm hoping to have the same effect to the NWL. So,
it should,
and it's gonna be very good. So,
I always find like when I'm thinking about being a commissioner for a league, I always feel like I have to put in a lot of effort because I want to show managers that I want to have fun in this league too. And I know that the commissioners of NWL, you guys put out a ton of stuff, and you have a lot of fun with it because it is fun. It is a lot of fun.
I wouldn't be doing it if it wasn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work. But once you get the systems in place, that you just basically just filling out the empty boxes, right? As I was saying, pitch me something pitch me something like, hey, listen, I want to do X, Y, and Z, or I want to do a recap, or I want to do this, that, and the other thing. Let me know what you want to do, and we'll go from there, and we'll fit it all in.
Say, I don't know what. I don't know. When you drop like that, does everything drop?
I think you should still be there, technically.
Oh, okay. Because I just kind of stop talking and go like, I don't know.
Matt does a good job of masking me very well.
Yeah, see, Matt, we miss Matt. We want Matt. All right. So what league are we gonna do next?
You want to do WTL?
Yeah, sure. I can do WTL. All right, here we go. WTL number 102. We got Western Frontier champion Arn I. Shiesty. Lone Star champion is Super Dragon. I think that's a mass wrestler.
Super Dragon.
Central Plains champion is Cactus Jack. Finally won a championship. I'm pretty proud of myself. Mexico champion Steve Boston. Dodge City champion Mid-South Maxwell. We've got Tombstone champion is Night Court. I love that show, by the way.
Yeah.
Prairie View champion Wildcard Billy Buckshot, and Widowmaker champion Ill-Gotten Gains. Badlands champion The Brains Bo Buckshot. We got Cripple Creek champion Benji Buckshot, and Southwest champion Faceless Cowpoke Castor Troy. And Chisholm Trail champion is the Sailor. So I want to thank the Highwaymen for coming in this cycle. It was very nice to see them. They were drafted by us. So that was very nice. And the Western Frontier Tag Team Champions, Mystic Angel and Fallen Angel, always, those guys are an awesome tag team in WTL. Lone Star Tag Team Champions, Nasty Neil O'Donnell and Touchdown Tommy Maddox. They're a great team too. Western Frontier Six-Man Champions, Wildcard Billy Buckshot, The Brains Bo Buckshot, and Benji Buckshot. I should just say the Buckshots.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lone Star Six-Man Champions, President Carter, President Nixon, and President Reagan. And the Bunkhouse Brawl winner was President Reagan. And with WTL, we are going to be going next cycle. If you haven't heard already, it is going to be $1 million Bunkhouse Brawl.
Oh!
Since we'll get $1 million iCash for imaginary money.
Not for nothing, I've been racking my brain trying to figure out more things to do with the iCash.
Yes.
As conceptually, like, can we do something where, like, you know, if I'm fighting Greggy Money, hey, Greggy Money, put 10,000, we'll bet, you know, and we'll do that, like put that on the line a little bit more. Just
one thing I found,
so we could do more with that, because I think it's underutilized.
It is, and one thing I found with many managers, especially flooders, guys I talk to, they have said that the hardest thing to get for the milestone for the Hall of Fame is the $5 million.
Yeah.
That is the hardest thing to get. You can get the wins very easily, as NWL guys can see. If they put in a lot of matches, they can get up to 1,000 before they even graduate.
Yeah.
The stars are hard to get, yes, but the cash is the toughest one. Like, there's been a lot of guys that just can't get. And the secret to getting a lot of money in the IWA is going in tag and six-man matches.
Yeah.
That is the one sure shot thing. Like, Johnny B might, correct me on this, but from what I've seen and what I've witnessed, you can get a lot of cash from doing tag and six-man matches, even if you lose, or you're not going to lose because you go against the bottom-ranked guys, but even if you don't do a tag team strategy or a six-man strategy, you can get a lot of money that way.
Yeah, man, I dig that.
And one more thing about WTL, we've got the. I don't want to mention this though, because he's not
surprise.
Here. He's not here.
Oh.
Well, Matt's not here, so I'll just. Well, the Western Frontier, the Commissioner Tag Team Championships was changed over to Mystic Angel and Fallen Angel. They won the Western Frontier Tag Team titles and the Commissioner titles, all in one cycle. And Senior Lucha beat Marshall Reeves to get the Commissioner's Championship again.
Son of a bitch.
I know. I was like, what? No. But hey, it happens. And of course, Shanks Wilson, Cell Block Charlie, and Shackles Malone, they wrestled to a draw against the champions Wildcard Buckshot and the Buckshots. So that was that's WTL. On the highest we had 59 cards, and 500 was the highest strat in the singles. We had because tag team was all messed up because it was a split. We had a 511 as the high, and a 520. We had 3 521s in 6-man. So it was a good cycle. It was a good cycle. And tag team is 6-man. If you play along with the 6-man and tag team strategies, if you took 28s or took 27s, you probably hit.
Fantastic.
And what league do you want to do next?
Let's do.
I'll do BRL.
I can do CWL.
Oh, you want to do CWL?
Yeah. Ryan said took a 2-week break to move from MI to AZ for the winter, and it showed. Lost those tag belts in the WTL. Just not focused, buddy. You gotta lock it in. You gotta lock it in.
Come on now. Disappointed. He's thinking about ACW already.
He is.
He's like, you're jumping the gun, man. Jumping the gun.
Oh, I want to show Ryan the first thing I did for ACW already, as I'm preparing for it. So hold on 1 second. See if I can find it.
So it's All American Championship Wrestling, right?
Yes.
Okay, because I got mixed up. I thought it was just American Championship Wrestling, and then I saw the poster, and I was like, oh, whoops, it's All American, not just American. It's All American. So it's actually double ACW.
Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy. Alrighty, Continental Wrestling League number 330. League champion Borg Genesis. TV champion Mike Drake. United States champion, the highlight of the night, Johnny Vegas, my man. Yukon champion, Nature Boy Phil Landers. Caribbean champion, The Edge, Johnny Walker. Amazon Basin champion, Matt Jackson. British Isles champion, Johnny the Wrench Morello. Arabian champion, The American Patriot. South African champion, A.J. Hammer. Siberian champion, Vincent Torrio. East Asian champion, Dashpashu Shred. Boombaye.
Boombaye.
Oceanic champion, Double D Christoph. League tag team champions, Johnny the Wrench Morello and Vincent Torrio. TV tag team champions, Axel and Alex von Schnapp. League 6-man champions, winning 5 free matches. Nutty Buddy 1, 2, and 3. TV 6-man champions, Axel von Schnapp, Alex von Schnapp, and Alex von Schnapp. Battle Royal winning 25 free CWL matches. The Edge, Johnny Walker. So what's going down in the CWL? We got Nuclear Fallout results. So we have Norman the Loon Kefkis defeated Norman the Loon Kefkis. The American Patriot defeated Greg E. Money. I would consider that an upset. Red Scorpion defeated Red Scorpion's friend Doug in the Prince of Darkness match. The Syndicate defeated Cobra and Battle Axe. AJ Hammer defeated Double D Christoph. AJ Hammer with a 497. Jeez Louise. These rookies are getting too good. Too good. Demolition Crew defeated Thomas T.D. Banks and Derek Cash Styles. Demolition Crew is the new #1 contenders for the CWL Tag Team Titles, rightfully so. Mike freaking Mason wrestled to a no contest with Zeb Martin. Luther Alexander versus in his gauntlet match. The results will be in the write-up for that. So a lot of interesting twists and turns, and I think everyone will find that very, very exciting. Battle Axe defeats Norman the Loof Kefkis and Single Dorito and a bag of Sun Chips. Battle Axe is now the #1 contender for the CWL Internet title. Double D Christoph defeated Thrash and Midnight Scorpion. Double D Christoph, the new #1 contender for the CWL title. The Nutty Bunnies defeated the Von Schnapps to retain the CWL 6-man titles. The Syndicate defeated Millennial Reign And the new CWL Tag Team Champions. Late Night Logan Kane defeated Thrash to retains the CWL Internet title. Nature Boy Phil Landers defeated Professor M. Algernon and Tashashashe Boombaye. And Nature Boy Phil Landers is the new CWL World Champion. And Late Night Logan Kane defeated the Chameleon. Lazarus Lane wins complete control of the CWL. So again, an action-packed pay-per-view. A pay-per-view that would rival WrestleMania 17, perhaps. Maybe All In. Maybe not. Maybe All In according to Matt.
I just want to tell you something real quick, just so you know. So no pressure. But Kimberly just answered an email of mine, so they might be listening.
What?
Just so you know, they might be listening right now. So that's. I don't know what Matt would tell us what to do. He'd be like, "Okay, behave."
Yeah.
But
we're off the rails. We're off the rails here.
Go ahead. Keep going about CWL. Anyways, Kimberly, hi. How you doing?
So again, that's what's going down in the CWL. Make sure you check out all this fantastic trash talk. The TT in the CWL was insane. I think Greggy Money ran over someone with a monster truck. That's awesome. That's right in my wheelhouse. So guys, keep it up. TT again. If you're not in the CWL, do yourself a favor. Go over to the CWL. Take a look at the trash talk, and that's what we're talking about. Like it's completely insane. Big Bad Bob returns.
Yes.
We've seen appearance by Chris Heelborough, Von Snaps with their shenanigans. We have Doug talking crap about Red Scorpion 2. We have Johnny Walker being upset. All types of good stuff and shenanigans. Late Night Logan Kane has a picture of this old man that he claims that's Luther Alexander, maybe his grandfather, but not really Luther, probably his grandpa. I think Luther got thrown out a window while he's getting a sensual massage by an elderly woman, which is correct, which we would. But again, fantastic overall. Again, we have Mason's Enterprises, Greggy Money, W. Christoph, like fantastic stuff all around. So guys, keep up the great work on that. So
CWL has always been a lot of fun.
Yeah, and it's getting white hot. It's not red hot. It's getting white hot right now. White is the hottest.
Doing a great job with that.
All right, so you want to do?
We can do Battle Royal League. I won't do it as good as Matt does, but I'll
all you gotta do is not read the TT. It'd be fun.
See, I haven't looked at the TT. So if there's guys out there with the Battle Royal League and they're like, "Okay."
Oh, guys, anyone listening? By the way, if you have something specifically you want us to talk about, send that over.
Yeah, and
we'll talk about it. It's like listen.
We accept Canadian money, and we accept American money. We accept all kinds of money. Any kind of money you want to send.
Absolutely. So again, if you guys have something that you guys want us to talk about specifically, if you got a TT you want us to read on the show, just send that over. We'll do it for sure.
There you go.
For sure. And I think someone asked me last week too. Was like, oh, can I jump? Like, yeah, well, there's an open invitation to jump on the show. Like, it's there. Like, you can jump on, for sure. Just download Skype and you're good to go.
Yeah. League champion for the BRL is Punk Rock Mike. Toughest guy I've ever faced in the IWA. Punk Rock Mike is up there. He's tough. Yeah. Battle Royal winner is Tombstone with $25 in IWA credit. We got the BRL TV champion, Dark Danger. Central Plains champion, American Destroyer. Host champion, Uncle McAllister. East champion, Big Guns, Greg Garner. Mid-Atlantic champion, Double R, Rob Ratliff. Hey, Captain. We got Northeast champion, Frandl Warp Slayer. We got Pacific Northwest champion, Sabretooth. Champion, Whitefoot. Southeast champion, Total Package US Mail. Southwest champion, Canada's Strongest Man, Gordon Donovan. Nice. West Coast champion He-Man Hoven, and actually Matt did pretty good. If he must have did.
He's always crying. He's always crying all the time. He don't stop crying.
He wants a 501 every single time. It doesn't happen.
He wants a perfect point flow every wrestler every time. Anything less, he gets upset.
Johnny B, you got to set him straight and say, hey, sometimes you got to lose. Come on.
You're gonna have to gift him another world title again, buddy. Like real soon. I can't take it no more.
Yeah, give him another world title, then he'll calm down. He'll calm down. Tag team champions were Brendan McFlaherty and I'm not gonna say that name. The McFlahertys. There we go.
Okay.
Win 5 free matches. What's the first name of that one? Rory. TV tag team champions, your everyday hero Oliver Livingston and Dark Danger. And 6-man champions, Mannequin 1, 2, and 3. BRL TV 6-man champions, Brendan McFlaherty, R. McFlaherty, and Agent 26. I don't know about TT, but they have 48 pages, so it must be a lot of trash talk.
It's always good.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
So I apologize to those guys that put in the time to put it in trash talk. I promise Matt will be back next time and he'll go through all the stuff for you guys.
I, in fact, dig that. So another question for Johnny B. What's the backstory? So I have an ad, an old IWA ad, with the guy that says nerds. What's the backstory on this guy? That's the question. Like, who is he?
On who?
So if you look, there's a guy with an eye patch. He has an IWA tattoo. He has a scar on his face. I need to know who that guy is. Like, what's his name?
Interesting.
Because I think I found my next wrestler. So I need a backstory on this guy. We need to get him a name. Maybe Johnny B has a suggestion.
I remember seeing that in the Nerds ad.
Yeah.
I remember seeing that in wrestling magazines, 7-Eleven. We used to go to 7-Eleven and pretty much read every wrestling magazine. We didn't buy them. We just read them.
I would go to my local library because they had wrestling magazines in their periodical section. And I would sit there and read wrestling magazines.
I did not know that. If I would have known that, I would have went there. But 7-Eleven, we used to sit, we'd stand there and just read and read and read. Go through all the stats and stuff like that and who was the champion. Because back then, you got to remember that we didn't have the internet. So the only way you found out who was champion or what matches were happening was through magazines.
James Jensen said I should use that face swap app to exactly what I was thinking too, buddy.
Oh
now,
yeah,
we can get Big Ben on some people.
Yeah, Big Ben. That is a great image of Big Ben. I love that.
That's Earthquake. That has to be Earthquake. Like I feel like
it
Earthquake,
looks like him. It does. It looks like it. This is
it predates. It predates.
It?
Yeah, I think it predates Earthquake.
Yeah. Because Earthquake, he wasn't. What was he known before when he was in Japan?
He would think he was just John Tenta.
Yeah, well, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Because he actually makes an appearance, and he doesn't make an appearance, but they talk about him on Mid-South TV like in '84, because he went to like whatever colleges in Louisiana.
He was a good wrestler, and he started off as a sumo wrestler, didn't he? Yes,
he was a sumo wrestler. Actually, he was a college wrestler, like NCAA wrestler.
Oh wow, okay, I didn't know that.
Like around the same time, like Dr. Death Steve Williams and stuff like that. James says, by the way, BRL has a cameo of Big Ben and the Boys. Now I'm a Wi-Fi Johnny Rage guy personally. I need that image on a T-shirt. It would be orange, by the way, just because I want it. I would get all those guys tattooed. I wonder if Johnny B would give me any money if I got those guys tattooed like on my back or something.
The classic jobbers. That was actually, I remember like hoping I could fight those guys like every cycle because I was just terrible. And this is before they had the match deals and stuff like that. Yeah. And you fought like other managers guys, and I lost like so much, and I didn't have a huge record. But I remember Rock, Ryan Furtuck's guy. I don't know how he got so many. Like he got tons of wins. Like he was always winning, and world titles and stuff like that. And he was in the report all the time. I was like so jealous.
So I often make myself laugh, and when I put Luther in the jobber list, like when I stuck him, to me it was like the funniest thing I ever did. I laughed for 3 days straight. Like I was in stitches forever. That and my read from back in the day. Yeah. No, I'm not going anywhere.
Okay. Because I don't know what to say. I don't know where
to put my hands. So
yeah, what do I do with my hands? I don't know what to do.
DCS a young Ole Anderson. Yeah, I can see the resemblance to Ole Anderson for sure. For sure. Recently just passed away. To leave this year. All right, so what's next? Next up would be BWL, Black Widow League. I'll do that one.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, BWL, Black Widow League number 45. Black Widow champion Bandita. BWL television champion Rachel Van Dorn. Battle Royal winner is Barb Dwyer. Japan Idol champion Mother D. Joshi champion The Kid Charlotte Crescent. Genzo champion Yoya Pyro. Luchadores champions Kay Shreddy. Cholitas champion Queen Bee Sarah B. Money. Bellatrix champion Gold Digger Gina Colada. Themyscira champion Barb Dwyer. Hollywood champion Better Than You. Sin City champion Rachel Zamazowski. And the Willowwick champion Sensational Sydney Reinhardt. So again, the BWL keep on doing what they're doing. I see some stuff for Meat Train. There's some women's death match stuff going on.
You just got asked the question. Can you read the BWL Meat Train roast?
You want me to read that? Sure.
That's what someone just asked if you could read that.
The roast of Meat Train, Mother D. Oh, sorry. I thought this was a promotional train ride that had roasted meat served on it, because this girl likes her roasted meat. Ha ha ha. No one else laughs. The room is tough, unlike Rachel Van Dorn. Anyway, Mrs. Train or Sister Meats or whatever we need to call you, I want to say I have not been here long, but I do know your wrestling gear is a lot better than the drab it's a lot better than the drab pantsuit old court justice walks around in. When I see her walk by, I think, is that one of them teachers that have an affair with teenage boys? Anyway, which we had another one that just popped. Anyway, we just popped up too. Anyway, the reason Better Than You and Gina Colada are a tag team. Those two idiots found one of Train's dreads on the locker room floor and got stuck in it like a Chinese handcuff gimmick, and they're still stuck finger to finger. Which happened to me one time when I was a kid. And that never happened to Barb Dwyer, the queen of the uptight. Absolutely. Speaking of fingers, oh, never mind. That happens to be Barb Dwyer, the queen of the uptight. Speaking of uptight, Joya Pyro will never be considered that because she's always open for business. Wink, wink. It's great to see Meat Train always showing off her ugly mug because I can't imagine the puss on Bandita. I bet her face is horrible too. As I always state, luchadors wear masks because they're ugly. That's documented.
It is.
Except for Juventud Guerrero, but that's another story. Well, this is my stop, and I'll be getting off the Meat Train. It was probably the opposite of what she has heard. Get off me, Meat Train. Ha ha ha. I guess I beat the meat so bad for this IWAR World title she decided to retire, so I guess that means the curtains closed now. Well, I don't really think we're open that often as it was. I mean, how much Banditas tequila would need to eat that meat? True. Imagine an Arby's sandwich with the horsey sauce that's been sitting out in catering all day. Come to think about it, I did see Meat Train eat that exact thing once. Now that Meat Train is retired, Sarah B. Money can take that nickname. I heard being a Meat Train is how she got their big Hollywood movie role. Sorry, Rudy Groove. I didn't mean to hurt your ears with all this adult talk. Oh, I see you have an imaginary headphones in. Never mind. Let me just go back to the honoree of this event. Miss Train, I know you're roasting meat tonight, but I hope you find someone who likes to eat the meat tartar. Enjoy your retirement. So there you go. That is the roast of Meat Train.
That's awesome.
So that is the BRL in a BWL. I'm sorry. Oh, there's a picture too.
Yep.
Sweet.
Yep.
But
We're gonna have problems with this. We have the BBL, the BRL, the BWL, the ACW. What's the other one? RTL.
the BWL is
WTL.
44 pages long, so it's fantastic, guys.
Bloodbath League is 36 pages.
Yeah, it's really good.
So Bloodbath. I love the cover, by the way. The Bloodbath has it.
Mm-hmm. I think the Red Scorpion actually made a BBL joke. He said, "Do you need a BBL to be in the BBL?" So. No, I'm back.
Okay. BBL, we got league champion Jimbo Slice, 10 free BBL matches. We got Pork Rind, TV championship. Central Plains champion Nick Rage. East Coast champion Mr. Smith. Great Lakes champion Sultan Bloodspill. Mid-Atlantic champion Tyrant Barrow. Battle Royal Tom X Firefly. We have Tommy Beamer as the Pacific Northwest champion. Champion Psycho Bolt. Spike is the Southeast champion. League six-man champions winning 5-3.
Hey, Darren, can you go back? Darren, can you go back?
Okay.
Can you go back? Do you hear me? Do you hear me fine right now?
Yeah.
Okay. So why don't you go through the champions again?
Again?
Yeah,
Okay.
start from league. Yep.
Okay, BBL. Jimbo Slice was the league champion. TV champion Pork Rind. Central Plains champion Nick Rage. East Coast champion Mr. Smith. Great Lakes champion Sultan Bloodspill. Mid-Atlantic champion Tyrant Fyro. Northeast champion Tom X Fry. West champion Tommy Beamer. Rocky Mountains champion Psycho Bolt. Southeast champion Spike. Southwest champion Igor. West Coast champion Corporal Punishment. Tag team champions Timbo Slice and Jimbo Slice. TV tag team champions Mr. Smith and Pork Rind. League six-man champions winning 5 free matches and Mr. Smith, Corporal Punishment, and Pork Rind. And champions are the Masked Bandito, Con Madigan, and Johnny Mohave. And Pork Rind won the Battle Royal and 21 free BBL.
All right, man. I dig it. It
had a lot of trash talk from what I...
Yeah, they did a great job overall. I mean, again, they had a lot of pages of trash talk. BBL is up and coming, that's for sure. That is for sure. So I do have some questions in the chat that I want to get to right quick.
Okay.
Did the NWL get reran? James, I'm assuming there was an issue with the I don't even know about the issue. Was there an issue in NWL today?
If they did redo it, they'd send an email to every manager, as far as I remember. Whenever they redo a league, they usually send every manager that's in that league an email saying they redid it.
Yeah. So James, you may want to send me an email about what happened in the NWL if there was an issue. Yeah. And we'll figure that out for you. And if it gets rerun, so when these get reran, they update the website. So let's keep that in mind.
And it messes up my system.
It does. It does. Brandon G, does cycling out of the NWL transfer within the other GoFeds, or do you float to other leagues? You would pick whatever league you would want to go to. So other feds, again, you would pick whatever fed you want to go to. It doesn't have to be gold. It could be anywhere. Anywhere you want to go, you could go. It would be a free transfer out.
Yep.
James is saying it's different than when we read the titles at the beginning. You think she just... See, they're listening right now because they just sent me an email. So I just got an email from the IWA. Hold on.
Oh.
So let's see.
Stop talking about us.
We had to redo the NWL attached to the new strategy totals. So let me we'll go back and reread the NWL real fast.
Oh, okay. There you go. So did you just get the email right now?
She just sent it.
So Kimberly is listening to us.
They are listening.
Kimberly, your Christmas gift is in the mail. I swear.
All right, so.
And Canadian mail is not being. This is awesome. It is in the mail, though. It is.
So, National Wrestling League number 227. Insert your Jackie jokes there. League champion Joker Trace. TV champions Joker's Uno. Central Plains champion Ozzy Deathstrike. East Coast champion Joker Dos. Great Lakes champions Johnny Ray Stevens. Mid-Atlantic champion the Rev JR. Northeast champion Hypnotic. Pacific Northwest champion Chainsaw Henley. Rocky Mountains champion Superstar Danny Myers. Southeast champion Super Mikamamas. Southwest champion Kamikaze. West Coast champion Trucker Van Leer. The league tag team champions Super Mikamanas and the notorious Jesus. TV tag team champions Starlight and Retrobate Lanny Tig, and your League 6-man champions Joker, Trace, Dos, and Uno. TV 6-man champion Starlight, Drucker Van Leer, and the Reprobate Lanny Tig. And your Battle Royal winner is Joker's Dos.
Now, what was the change? Was there a change?
There's different. I think it's Trucker Van Leer, I think was the change.
Oh, okay. See, like, Matt would have been all over that. He would have known exactly who was changed out. I don't. Kimberly, send me an email. Tell me what champions changed. There.
All you gotta do is listen back to the show. I'll tell you.
I swear, like, if Kimberly's number ever got released and people knew it, she would probably be on my speed dial. I'd be like calling her all the time.
So like, it's nice to see the IWA working at midnight here. So. Thank you for your hard work and dedications to get us
They
out
do
there.
that sometimes, son.
They do that.
Sometimes. Yeah, and I actually enjoy that because I'm usually up late and that I usually get the emails and it's pretty cool.
So once again, to just say it's an appreciative. So thank you so much, guys, for getting that reran for us. Because I know someone sent me a email before about their TT not getting put in too. So.
Yes.
So I responded to that email. So I don't know if we contacted Kim or you want. I was going to do it on his behalf, but
the one thing I would tell rookies or people that are just new to the game, Kimberly is the person to ask. Like, if you're going to get managers that are going to tell you answers, but if you're confused about something, ask Kimberly. Like, I know she doesn't want tons of emails, but she is the best person. They always answer really nicely. So,
Yeah. Good peeps over there. James Jensen said it was the Battle Royal winner and a couple titles that changed. So.
oh, okay. Okay, well, congratulations to those that won, and for those that didn't win, guess what? Next cycle. Don't take 28-28, though.
So, Darren, you want to do the final impact?
I can do that. The FIL number 32. Lots of trash talk this cycle. Just getting ready. We got a few draft picks that have moved in already, so it's nice to see. Each champion, awesome Sean MCA. Yellow Duckins was the TV champion. Central Plains champion, Itchy. Of course, I'm the one that has to say the name, and I can't say it without laughing. Itchy Kawawa. Pauline Littlefeather won the East Coast champion. Great Lakes champion, Big Worm. Mid-Atlantic champion, Money Mike. Northeast champion, TSD Walt. Pacific Northwest champion from the Battle Royal, Tinkerbell. Champion, Carnage Dodge. Southeast champion, Jean-Pierre Tremblay. Southwest champion, Guy Michel Gagnon. Bernard Bouchard. League Tag Team Champions, Carnage Dodge and Jello Duckins. League Tag Team Champions are Lance Blackwolf and Chief Moose Crossfox? Wow, that's a tough one to say. League Six-Man Champions, Jean-Pierre Tremblay, Guy Michel Gagnon, and Bernard Bouchard, and they actually rolled there. TV Six-Man Champions, Moormouth, Brody Piper, and Lance Blackwolf, and Chief Moose. Battle Royal winner, winning 10 free FIL matches, Jello Duckins.
Jello Duckets.
Jello Duckins, the clowns.
So the change of the FIL will occur in January?
Yes, the RTL, it will become the Rolling Thunder League,
Gotcha,
as far as I have been.
So we have a new league. We have a league changing in January. January is going to be a hell of a cycle for us. We might have to do multiple tube casts to kind of.
And remember that December is the last cycle because they're not going to have holidays this year.
Yeah. So
they're going to have holidays, but they're not going to have the holiday cycle. So it's going to be December.
Matt's been pitching this for 10 years.
Yes.
The off cycle. So he's been pitching this for a long time. So.
And it's good that they got that, so they get a break.
They need a break.
They can exchange, take the old printers out and bring in new printers.
So this is a good question. When was the last time a cycle was interrupted?
Don't even know.
Like, have we been doing this consistently every 3 weeks since 1985?
I don't know about that. I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know.
I'm sure he may have mentioned it at some point too.
Did they have? But see, in 1985, like when they first started, how many federations did they have though?
I'm not sure. Matt would know.
Yeah, I have no idea because I know that YJL. I don't even know what fed that YJL was in back then. I don't even. I would have to ask Ryan Pertuck. He probably knows, but I never paid attention to that. The feds and stuff like that.
There were other. The feds had different names too. Like that changed over the years too, right? I'm pretty sure the names have changed also.
Okay.
Brandon G says my wrestler Chainsaw Henley went from West Coast champion to Pacific Northwest champion.
Oh, okay. There you go. Well, congratulations.
I think that's it. We didn't miss a league. There's so many leagues now. I'm afraid I'm missing one.
Did we miss any leagues? We did BRL, we did BBL,
yep.
BWL, CWL, FIL,
IWL.
IWL.
Yeah, I'll do IWL.
You'll do it?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay.
Independent Wrestling League number 200. League champion Litigation. Television champion Joe Boring. New York City champion Magnificent Marvin Moyer. Los Angeles champion Bob Bonecutter. Boston champion Galen Tuzaboff. Detroit champion, the Sinister, Sean Brutal. Cleveland champion, Boink, the Child Entertainer. Dallas champion, Friend Zone, Frederick Goodfellow. Memphis champion, Raging Brick Johnson. Miami champion, Excelente Astro. San Francisco champion, Killer Creed.
Time out. I'm
What?
still laughing. Okay, I'm trying.
Is it Boink got you?
Point the Child Entertainer. Okay, I'm good. Go ahead.
San Francisco champion, Killer Creed. Chicago champion, the Honor Roll, Guilty as Hell. League Tag Team champion, Excelente Astro and Ultimo Astro. TV Tag Team champion, Suyu Pai and On Point F. Edward Porthunan. League six-man champions winning 5 free matches, the Honorable Guilty as Hell, Paralegal and Litigation. TV six-man champions, Axel, Alec, and Alex von Snop. Battle Royal winner winning 40 free IWL matches, Sinister, Sean Brutal. So the IWL, in a nutshell, doing fantastic things. How many match cards do they have? They had 82, so that's really, really good. So 82 is a good number. Once you hit 100 and above, then you that's where you really want to be. You want to be at 100 plus. That's what we're like. Oh, okay, we finally made it. So.
It's tough to do. It's very tough. But
very difficult.
It's a pretty cool when leagues do that.
Yeah.
Like I have all the numbers for, and I can't remember the last time they got, because NWL used to be up there.
Yeah.
I can't remember. BRL used to be close.
Yeah.
So get up there.
So like 100 cards. Like I think right now it's NWL's at 154.
CWO had 110.
Yeah.
BRL 125 cards. BBL had 76. CW, I already said that one. FIL had 36, which is pretty good for a league that they're just transferring guys in.
Yeah.
IWL 82, and NWL 152, which is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
152 is the highest that I've seen is 241. That was not NWL in fall 2021.
These are huge numbers. I'm sure Johnny B will chime in with, well, actually,
yeah,
in December of 1998,
oh, it's probably
the Mid-Atlantic League had 600 cards.
Like the only other league besides NWL that has hit my top 10 was UWL, which is it's Mass Wrestlers. Those guys go crazy for that. And the BRL, which was at the bottom. Oh, NWL has had, like, they went 2021, they had a lot of.
Oh, it was insane. Insane.
It was pretty cool, though. That's the one thing about being a stats guy. IWA, you guys have no idea all the stats you can gather from IWA. It's pretty cool. A lot of fun.
Wait till I start using AI.
Yeah. That's a question for Johnny B. Have they looked into AI for IWA to try to do events and try to do stuff?
See, that's how Skynet will happen. It will be the IWA that creates Skynet, and then we are now slaves to the machines.
They hook up the old Commodore to the internet, and it just like breaks the system. Just that's it. It's done.
So I tried to do a trash talk with Luther, and the AI was like, "Nah, you're ridiculous." like what? It's like, nah, we're not doing this. Like, you told me no.
I'm going on a coffee break. I don't want to do this anymore. Please stop asking me to do this.
The ChatGPT was like, nah, can't. Like, they were so upset. They were so upset.
Can AI systems like sue us, take us to court, and say he's trying to get me to do stuff I don't want to do? It's just one big. It's just like the world is going crazy, and here we are.
So like, so what I did, the thing that really pissed it off was I was describing a Luther movie that he did. It was Luther did a remake of Rocky 4, but called it Drago 1. And then like everything's in reverse, so like Drago's the good guy in it.
That's awesome.
And Rocky in the movie is like this like abusive like jerk. And at the end of the film, I wrote that like Drago and Adrian make love in the ring, and that's how it ends the movie. And they're like, "Nah, we're not doing that." And I recast Adrian as Melissa McCarthy, and it was like, nope. It was like, you violated the terms of service.
Oh, nice. Did they actually kick you off the site, or
no?
it
Was like I just got a warning.
Try again.
I just got a warning. I was like, all right, I can't go that far, guys. I was like, that was pretty late. That was pretty tame. It was like I wasn't descriptive. I wasn't like.
Yeah, IWA doesn't have that many rules compared to AI. There you go. IWA, Kimberly will accept stuff. She'll be nice to us. And talking about IWA, the urgent email notice was put on the website just recently. All Jade Federation leagues by Wednesday, November 27th, 9 a.m. Yeah. And of course, you were talking about the Canadian players because of the postal service and stuff like that. So we'll be sending our bulletins on a goose.
So I did actually. I took the entire IWA website and just checked it all in AI. So like if I have a question about like
what did it do? Like did it spit out like what is this or what?
No, like I put the handbook in, and then I asked it questions, like how many holds does it take? Like how to win, right?
Yeah, okay.
And it told me like exactly how you win. Like, oh shit, okay.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Did you win?
No. Like I got a 495 and a 493 this cycle.
AI, you failed. I seriously, I see the IWA computer, the main computer that runs everything. I always imagine it's that computer off of what was that? The Hacker movie back in the 80s. I can't remember the name of the movie now.
What, War Games? Do you want to play a game?
Yeah, War Games. Yeah, like that. I always imagine it's that big, huge computer that takes up the whole room. Like
the giant tape, and just goes around. The
Johnny B has like one room. Like it's all it is a computer, a big, huge computer, and it doesn't plug into the internet. You just run, and you got the old punch cards. You punch in the. Which would be funny, by the way. They still use the old
I guess
card.
my question would be is like the program, the IWA program, was that something that was purchased?
That is a great question.
Was it? I don't want to know what it is, and it's not like you can go get it. But was it something that was purchased, or was it something that was created?
It'd be if Johnny B created it. He's a genius.
Yeah, that's a whole next level.
But I mean, he's a genius no matter what. I'm
100%.
Not cutting him down, but he's just yeah. No, it's because seriously, it's a great game, and I've tried to run numbers and run how they do it, and I can't figure it out. I'm not. That's on my pay grade. I can't figure it out.
You can't do it. You can't do it. You can't figure it. That's the magic of it. That's like
yes.
Like
and the fact
it changes. It changes enough where it's like you're not going to get killed, but it's like it's so nuanced. Like that's the genius. Like it just changes ever so slightly, where no one's figured it out, so they can get 501s every cycle.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
And that's why we keep playing, because we're trying to win that.
Chasing the dragon.
Yeah. And I always joke that Johnny B like tapped into a great niche that he actually found a way to get kids to gamble. But I mean, just because we were all young kids when we played. And we're still playing today.
It's if you strip everything, you strip the wrestling away.
It's just a numbers game.
Yeah, it's a math game. Or are we
Yeah.
going to go over IWAR-wide events? We are not going over IWAR-wide events because I don't have any of the results for the IWAR-wide events.
Yes.
I will probably, if Matt's feeling better, of whatever illness he has, we'll do those separately. I'll have him back on the show. I might have him reread Johnny B's trivia questions.
Yeah. Make him work for it.
I can edit it out and then I can add him back in.
Oh, there you go.
By
Do the
the-
old AI. We should have an AI system for when Matt's gone. We should have an AI on here, so it does the talking for us.
So I forget, was it? I think might have been UNL. Like it was one of the two casts we did for a non-IWAR league we did one time, and the co-host couldn't make it, but I had enough audio of that person to have him do a show while him not being there.
Pieced it in. That's
I
awesome.
pieced it in. Like step by
That's
step by
awesome.
step. So like I had him saying all the wrestlers' names before, so it's like I just tick 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 tick, tick and edited it in. It took me like 2 days to do. But that
Editing is tough. That's why I like the idea of what you do here with the live show, because editing just kills the fun of it. You're constantly changing something or trying to figure something out. It just like this. You have to have it live. And for the IOR, I'm not sure about the IOR wide events, but I know that WTL, for those that are still not in the WTL, you can join next cycle and enter the Battle Royal. You will get a chance to win the $1 million. And that's the iCash or imaginary money. And if it's a huge turnout, I might have that run again. We might do another one worth $1 million again. Yeah, because it's one of those things that with imaginary money and stuff like that, I want to help out. I want to have a league where guys get paid for their hard work, for playing their activity, and all that. So I want to try to help them out. And I know the Battle Royal is the best way to do it.
for sure.
And once again, Kimberly and Johnny B, please, if you heard anything that you did not agree with, please send us an email. Let us know that you want us to talk about certain things. Actually, if they want us to talk about events and that, we could probably do that too.
Yeah.
They sent us.
Yep, for sure.
like me butchering their event that I was trying to state before. Imagine-mania? The results should be coming out for that. I know that.
Yeah.
MA. Wasn't it Matt saying something about he entered someone?
That sounds right.
Yeah, I can't remember. He entered someone into it.
All right, guys. So if that's it, if anyone has any other questions, now would be time to ask those. So we give you guys a couple of minutes. Just letting you guys know, the first pay-per-view for the NWO will be Homecoming, and there actually will be a Homecoming match. So you get your votes out for your Homecoming Queen and King for the NWO. That's going to be a thing too. So
Awesome.
yeah, it's going to be fun. Again, NWO moving forward. It's my version of NXT, and that's where we're going to run. It's going to be more wrestling school, rookie league orientated. So it's going to have a lot more of that kind of feel.
Are you gonna be aiming more for the trash talk kind of side of it, or are you gonna be aiming for the whole game?
So
Like
there's a lot of
the
things
angle?
there's a lot of things going into this in terms of I gotta balance teaching
Yep.
and getting information out there, and have a compelling league with great trash talk on top of that. So like the NWO bulletin is going to be big, and it's going to have a lot of stuff in there repeating too, because you never know. Every cycle will be someone's first cycle, so I got to have information in there all the time. So like there's going to be an intro there that's going to be there all the time, explaining what the IWA is. There's going to be strategy tips in there as well. That will be there all the time. A lot of the histrionics will be there all the time. So like the bulletin itself is going to be pretty lengthy. just with stuff that's in there all the time. Then plus, the rankings and the commissioner's address and all that kind of stuff will be in there along with the TT.
Is there anyone that's listening right now? Are they just play-by-mail guys, or are they all online guys? Like, do they check the PDFs, or do they get the bulletin in the mail? Because one thing I found that with getting in the mail, if the league has a lot of cards, they will shrink the pages.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah. So it's hard to read. For some of us old guys, we have to use a magnifying glass to read the print. But I mean, if you do the PDF, you should be fine. So,
I think I went green like maybe a year and a half in. Like it took me a year. So I have like a year's worth of bulletins.
Yeah.
Matt still gets all his bulletins. So
I can't remember the commissioner that I can't remember now. But there was a commissioner that did like bright colors and huge, like just the images were just unbelievable.
Yeah.
And I remember looking at the bulletin in mail, and I was like, I don't think he knows that this doesn't look good, because the colors when they printed it out is black and white.
Yeah.
And the colors he was using, he couldn't see the print.
Yeah.
So
it's always something. It's always something to take a look at. Like,
yeah. And I emailed him and I told him about it, and he was like, "Oh, I never thought about the play-by-mail guys." And then he changed the font so that you could see it, and it was something that you don't notice if you're just doing it online. You don't think of that stuff.
Yeah, for sure. We do recommend people going green at some point.
Yes.
I would say keep your NWL stuff. Like, still get it for NWL, and then once you move to NWL, then you probably should let it ride and go green. Mm-hmm. Like, you want to have, like, I have all my NWL stuff too, like the bulletins. So, hold on to that for posterity.
Well, the biggest thing for some of us was, for me especially, was that when I came back, I got the mail one, and it was like being a kid again.
Yeah.
So it felt good. But now that I've played for a while, now it's like, hey, I'm just online. And I have, since I'm Canadian, it helps because now I don't have to worry about a deadline that's already passed. Yeah. Right?
Well, I think one of the big draws is the guys who played in the 90s or in the 80s or back in the day is checking that mailbox all the time, and seeing that big envelope in there and being very excited.
Yeah, the mailman hated me. Just hated me. Like, he was just like, "No, it's not. You didn't get anything. Go away. Leave me alone." He knew me by name and everything because I was always like, "Is there mail? Is there mail? Is there mail?" No, go away. But that was my first addiction to gambling right there. IWA.
It's funny because I don't gamble. I once lost $5 in Atlantic City.
We can't afford to gamble. We play
I was like, nope. I was like, nope. I did not like it, and I was like, I will get a free steak somewhere.
There you go. No. IWA should do that where they give out like coupons for food.
It's gonna be Dairy Queen. So for those of you who don't know, myself and Johnny B will be opening up standalone Orange Julius's in the New York State area. So we're going to bring back Orange Julius back to New York. It's going to be standalone. It's not going to be part of a Dairy Queen. And we're not going to just serve Orange Julius. We're going to have a Strawberry Julius. We're going to have Coffee Julius. We're going to have Strawberry Julius. We're going to have Cherry Julius. We're going to have Green Tea Julius. We're going to have Coca-Cola Julius.
Isn't that part of Dairy Queen?
Yes, but we're gonna separate it from. We're going to franchise just the Orange Julius part. So we're going to get the Strawberry Julius. We're going to get the Lemonade Julius. We're going to get the Limeade Julius. So we're getting all those in addition to this. And you'll like this. We're going to have hot dogs. We're going to have different hot dogs. So we're going to have the Johnny B dog, which is a 12-inch foot long hot dog. It's going to have cheese and chili and bacon bits in it.
And you get free matches if you buy 2 for 1.
You're gonna get the Alex G dog, right? Alex G's going to be a foot-long hot dog, right? It's going to be dipped in mozzarella cheese and breaded. And then you're going to have marinara sauce on top, right? And then you're going to get the Matt Riley dog, which is going to be the 6-incher with mayonnaise. So
I got you beat. The Canadian hot dog, which is 3 inches, and because it's cold, 3 inches, and it's in Canadian funds, so it's like $1.50.
$1.50.
Or 25 cents.
That's more of a pig in a blanket, buddy. Come on now. Get together. Pigs in the blankets are a staple at the Alex G home for Thanksgiving, by the way. So
that's awesome.
All right, guys. So that's it for this episode. So we are officially running out of time. So for Darren, for a sick Matt Riley, for Johnny B, Alex G. Have a good night.